guys, I'm Brittany Rivers and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to be bleaching the knots and plucking the hairline on this 34-inch full 13x6 wig with real HD lace, you guys, real HD lace. So we are going to go through the customization together, you guys. Of course, I'm going to link the wig in the description box. And oh, I did buy this wig 100% myself with my own money. This video is not sponsored, but we are going to go ahead and get into this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Madam Brittany, and let's get into this video. So I did already watercolor this hair and dye it jet black. So I'm just over here super happy that the curls stayed. Like, it still looks so pretty. Over here we have our BW2 powder. I'm running a little low, so this has to be perfect. The mixture needs to be perfect. Got a little bowl to mix it in. And today I'm using 40 volume developer. I will normally use about 50, but this is just all I have right now, so we're going with 40. So let's go ahead and get into this mixture. Since this is a full 13x6, we have a lot of lace to work with. So I'm starting with 2 full scoops of BW2 powder, and then I kind of just eyeball the amount of developer to use. So we do want it to be thick, and we want it to be a paste. You don't want it to slip through the lace and bleach all of your hair or anything like that. So you want to make sure your mixture is somewhat thick. So you're gonna see, I like to mix this using a, oops, I almost spilled it, a butter knife, because I use this to actually put the bleach on the wig. But you can see I want it to be like a little thicker, and you know it's thick enough where whether you're using a spoon or a dye brush, if you turn it upside down, the dye should not be leaking off of your knife at all. So you see that looks really good. That looks pretty good, you guys. It could be even thicker, but I'm happy. At this point, I'm putting the wig on inside out on the mannequin head and using T-pins to stick it on there. If you don't have T-pins, you can use a needle, a thumbtack, anything, but we're just going to go ahead and bleach those knots on the lace. I like to think of adding the bleach to the lace like I'm icing a cake. As you can see, it is pretty thick over there. It is a nice thickness, but I'm just icing my cake right now. You don't want to work the bleach in too much, which is why I think a butter knife is perfect opposed to like actually using a dye brush. I feel like that's going to really work in the bleach to the point it's going to get all over the hair. So I'm just spreading this bleach all over the lace. We got a lot of lace to work with here today, you guys. And I actually wanted to leave this bleach on for about an hour to an hour and a half because I did already dye this hair jet black, and this is only 40 volume developer. But looking at the knots, I can already see they're getting lighter, and this was maybe 45 minutes in, which is a fantastic sign, you guys. That means we're working with real human hair. If it takes too long to bleach, it's probably not real human, especially if it doesn't bleach at all. Oh yeah, something there is not right. But I'm just going to go ahead and rinse off this bleach in the sink. So all I'm doing is rinsing off the bleach, and then I'm going to go in with some purple shampoo. So the jet black dye does have like this red undertone. You're going to see it's going to be like a little red. And the purple shampoo is going to offset that and take out any brassiness in your knots. So I'm just working the purple shampoo into the hair. And I'm also going to let the purple shampoo sit on the knots for at least 15 minutes. You could do 15 to 30 minutes, nothing too long, but this is going to make sure it removes all of that reddish orange coloring. And of course, after 15 minutes, we are going to go ahead and rinse that purple shampoo out. And now we're done and can go to the customization process. Okay, so now we are at the stage where we are going to be plucking the hairline and making the hairline look a little more realistic. So I'm just starting with the spray bottle. It's the next day since I bleached the knots. You don't have to wait a whole day, but the hair is a little dry now, so that is why I'm using the spray bottle now. But I'm just getting it real wet because I don't like plucking the lace if the hair is dry. For one, you don't want to rip the lace, especially we're working with HD lace here. And HD lace, y'all, It's so thin and it's so easy to put a hole in. So you want to kind of loosen the hairs a little bit. So that's why we're getting it really wet. Plucking a hole into your lace is fixable because I've done it so many times, you guys. And it's not that big a deal, but who wants a hole in their lace? I'm sorry, y'all saw me with my bonnet on. But I'm going to work side by side. So right now I'm just combing all the hair backwards. And now I'm going to take my tweezers. So the first thing I do, I know I'm missing a nail. I got my little press-ons on. But first thing I do is I'm going to pluck hairs at the front before parting into the hair. So right now I'm just kind of skipping, creating some dimension to where it's not just like a straight line like a man's haircut. Like that's kind of what it's giving right now. Like I got a, what do they call it? A fade or something? I got a hairline right now. We don't, well, I don't know. We don't want it to look like that though. We want dimension, because if you look at your hairline or like some other black women's hairlines, like you got some dimensions there. Like it's kind of some baldness, not really baldness, but it's not just thick, thick, thick right at the beginning. So at this point, this is where we part out maybe an inch or probably even less, just like a little bit of hair. And now we're gonna pluck behind it because we also don't want it to be too bald either. So I'm just kind of sectioning the hair and I'm going to pluck behind where we parted to where most of the hair is, but I'm also going to part and pluck a little bit up front too. It's just not really too much of a method to it, as long as you're like plucking a little bit, leaving a little bit, plucking a little bit, leaving a little bit. Like it already looks somewhat good, but you have to remember when you bring that front piece back, it's going to get even thicker. So you're just going to pluck a little bit, like create little lines of hair, baldness, hair, baldness. And this is when you see me kind of going into the part over there, or the part we did remove from the hairline, and you see me kind of plucking that. But definitely take your time with this. Don't feel like you need to take out a big clump of hair. Like you see, once we part that hair back, it's looking pretty good. Like, and you can kind of see the parts that look a little thicker that you feel like, maybe I should remove a little bit, because you kind of want it to be like a little thinner at the front. I feel like that makes the wig look really realistic. And then it gets thicker. But you also don't want it too thin and too perfect, because that's like obvious, like, oh, it's giving wig if it's too perfect. So I don't think you can mess it up too bad. I really don't think you can. And I would say it's better to underpluck than overpluck, because you can always fix if you didn't pluck enough. I'm going to just kind of fast forward through the rest of this, but as you can see, it's slowly getting in there. You can see the parts that have not been plucked. Like at the top, you can see the difference. A little plucking can really take you. So this process doesn't take too long, but definitely when you're first starting out, slow down, take your time. And I kind of like to mimic my real hairline. So my hairline is much thinner on the temples and like towards the sides, and the middle is a little thicker. So I don't like to pluck too much in the middle. And also you have to part the hair, so I think it's better, well, if you do decide to part the hair, it really depends on how you want to wear your hair. You could do a slick back look or something, but you know your front is a little bit thicker than the rest, so that's why I kind of keep just tiny strands of plucking and keep a little more of the hair on the hairline. So I just did the same process over to the other side, but the hair looks so, so beautiful. Like it's super thick, super pretty. As you can see, the front is looking good. I feel like I could pluck a little more, but honestly, I could do that with the wig on my head. I can kind of see what I want as I go, but it looks good, you guys. It's looking good. I'm happy with it. Okay, so that is it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I already have the installation of this wig on my channel, so make sure you all check that out. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Madam Brittany, and thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day, you guys. Bye.